When pulling together a list of upcoming bikes, it's always tricky on deciding the ones that hit the list, and inevitably as soon as you post a video, someone will comment, well, what about? As an adventure bike owner, these are the models that have either grabbed my attention or ones that I think add something to the existing market offering. There are a lot of bikes that launched in the last year or so that will get tweaks or minor upgrades for 2021, so as good as they are, I haven't included the likes of the Triumph Tiger 900, Honda Africa Twin, Moto Guzzi V85 TT or the BMW GS range. I will start with one of the most talked about and unarguably divisive adventure bikes to be launched, the Harley-Davidson Pan America. It's quite a departure for the Milwaukee mob, and it set the internet alight when it first appeared with a number of other models back in 2018. Harley-Davidson followed this up by taking an almost production-ready bike to EICMA in November 2019. The COVID-19 pandemic has no doubt slowed things down, but it looks like the two-wheeled Jeep, as Brad Richards, VP of Styling and Design, described it, will be hitting the road in 2021. It's certainly a brave move where styling is concerned. I like it, it's different, and they haven't tried to make it look like any other bike in the sector. Looks are obviously very subjective, but I think this will be a grower. It's powered by a brand new 1250cc water-cooled V-twin motor. Specifications are hard to come by, but from what I can find out, we can expect long travel shower suspension, Brembo monoblock brakes, a full colour TFT screen, and a ride-by-wire throttle, which of course will bring multiple rider modes. It goes without saying that it will also feature the usual adventure bike kit such as crash bars, a bash plate and handguards as standard. Two things that will be important to prospective buyers are the weight and the price, both of which I suspect are likely to be top end, but we will have to wait and see. The initial shots of the bike made it hard to gauge scale, but having now seen it being ridden, it's not as big as I first thought. Harley describe it as a middleweight, but you have to bear in mind that when you look at their other touring bikes, some of them tip the scales at over 900 pounds, that's over 400 kilos. I would think it needs to come in under 250 kilos dry to be competitive. It certainly looks like a comfortable adventure tourer designed to eat up miles on both tarmac and dirt. Its looks will divide people for sure, but in the end it's the riding experience that matters most, right? We will have to wait until the 19th of January for the official preview to find out more, and the bike is going to be fully unveiled to us on the 22nd of February. I personally can't wait to get a ride on one if I can. I haven't included the KTM890 Adventure in this list as it's already available, and I've also looked at the Husqvarna Norden 901 in another video. But for the purposes of this look at adventure bikes, I'll mention it. I love the KTM790, it's another bike whose looks divide opinion, and I'm personally not a big fan of the headlight, but it's fantastic to ride. It's light, nimble, punchy and very capable. The 890 promises to improve on that riding experience, and the Husky Norden will do the same but improve the looks as well. I certainly think it's a bike you'll turn back to look at as you park it up and walk away. Ducati's Multistrada has been high on the sales list since its inception, despite the original 2003 bike not being a huge success here in the UK. Thankfully over the years the Multistrada has developed and evolved, and now the 2021 V4 could be the best one ever. Powered by the Panigale 4-cylinder motor, albeit tuned down to just 170 brake horsepower, the non-Desmo, so standard valve spring motor, is better suited to munching miles due to its 36,000 mile valve service intervals. It's also a bike packed with technology, including radar assisted cruise control, rear facing radar for blind spot detection and anti-weave control. It comes in three flavours, the standard V4 starting at £15,495, the V4S at £18,395 and the V4S Sport at £19,995. The V4 and V4S Sport weighing dry at 217 kg, the V4S is 1 kg heavier. The base model is fitted with Marzocchi suspension, Brembo M4 calipers, riding modes, traction control with cornering ABS and wheelie control, all displayed through a 5-inch TFT dash. The S model adds semi-active suspension, higher spec Stylema calipers, cornering lights and a bigger TFT screen. In this trim level, the anti-weave control first appears, along with hill hold control, an up and down quick shifter and keyless ignition. If you want to switch across to the wire spoked wheels instead of the standard cast ones, it will cost you an additional £1,400. The most expensive sport trim is essentially a performance version of the S, coming as standard with an Akrapovic exhaust, a smattering of carbon fibre and its own dedicated paint scheme. The adaptive cruise control is an interesting piece of tech which allows the bike to monitor the distance to the vehicle in front and alter your speed to maintain that distance within a set speed range. It may take a while for riders to adjust to the system, and of course some may never use it, but for long motorway slogs where concentration levels can drop, it could be a worthy safety feature. I'm a fan of the latest Multistrada looks, and I toyed with buying a 950S, but my bank balance had other ideas. The new Multistrada V4 is certainly a high-tech bike. It looks fantastic and it's sure to sell well to all styles of adventure riders. Let's drop a considerable amount of power now and turn our attention to the Honda CT125 Hunter Cub, or Trail 125 as it may be badged in Europe. The bike debuted in its home country back in 2018, and we're still not sure if Honda will be bringing it to the UK or not. Should the Trail 125 be on this list of adventure bikes? Hell yes it should. It's a bike that can take you anywhere as long as you're not in a hurry. The little Honda is specced with long travel suspension, knobbly tyres and a high level exhaust. There's even a snorkel on the intake to help with river crossings. There is a rear rack and fixing points for luggage, and although the fuel tank only holds 1.2 gallons, the bike's claimed 170 to 190 miles per gallon means a potential 200 miles between refills. Power is down slightly from the Super Cub at just 8.7 horsepower, but torque is marginally increased to 8.1 foot-pounds. Hardcore adventurers will be happy to see a kickstart still in place, and it promises to be a robust and easily fixed machine pretty much anywhere you travel in the world. If it does make it to UK dealers, we can expect to see a sub £4,000 price tag, maybe closer to £3,500. It would make for a brilliant little winter hack and a green lane explorer to sit in my garage. Sticking momentarily with smaller capacity adventurers, there are a few more models to consider. I've already spent some time on and reviewed the KTM890 Adventure, which is a fantastic motorbike. The Benelli TRK502X has been getting attention for its big bike looks but small bike price tag of £4,999. It seems a capable adventure bike, but it's maybe been overshadowed a little by the Honda CB500X. One small adventure that is getting attention is the Sinnis Terrain 380. It's another sub £5,000 bike, even with full luggage, and it's backed by a 3-year warranty. It's certainly a great entry point into adventure bikes, particularly for A2 license holders, or indeed a good solution for someone looking for a smaller, cheaper machine. Powered by a 380cc parallel twin, it produces 36 brake horsepower and will hit a claimed 94 mph top speed. I've always found Sinnis bikes to be well finished, and the Terrain seems to follow that with its multicolour LCD display that can be paired to your smartphone. Full crash bars come as standard, as does luggage mounting hardware. At $4,495, the Sinnis offers great value for money, cheap running costs and a genuine capability rolled into one. The Yamaha Tenere 700 has obviously been with us for a while now and has won plaudits from the press and owners alike. It's included here as it's a bike I've still yet to review, but also largely because of the recently launched Rally Edition. Although a good bike on tarmac, the Tenere has always leaned more heavily towards dirt. This special edition draws on Yamaha's Dakar history to produce what I think is the most striking bike in the range. The blue and yellow speed block livery is gorgeous, and add to that the gold rims, black bars and one-piece rally seat, and there's no mistaking this bike's intentions. Additions such as the Akrapovic exhaust system, heavy-duty bash plate, radiator and chain guards are not just an aesthetic exercise. I think the Tenere 700 has always had presence, but this special edition will tick a lot of boxes for anyone wanting to feel like Jean-Claude Olivier or Serge Baku. Will the Tenere 700 become as iconic as the XT660? Maybe, and the £10,447 price tag looks to be good value too. To finish, I want to gaze into the future a little at some bikes that may or may not appear either in 2021 or beyond. The Ducati Desert X concept was unveiled at EICMA in 2019 and raised quite a stir. It's another fantastic looking motorcycle, and the concept certainly shows some serious off-road adventuring intent. Front and rear fuel tanks could mean a 30 litre capacity for long days in the saddle, and the de rigueur 21-inch front wheel is given 210mm of travel. Powered by a 1079cc air-cooled Desmo L-twin engine, 86 brake horsepower and 65 foot-pound of torque were the numbers being thrown around. Of course, this all could change if the bike does go into production. The overall looks, including the twin round LED headlights, are very reminiscent of the old Cagiva Elephant, which was a Ducati powered bike that won the 1990 Dakar Rally. If a production bike turns out to be anything like the concept, it will be very popular indeed. Let's wait and see what Ducati come up with. Another concept bike that might be closer to production if the spy shots are to be believed is the Aprilia Tuareg 660. Obviously based around the new parallel twin motor, which has won great acclaim from the journalists who have ridden the RS660 sports bike. It makes perfect sense that this motor also appears in the Tuono and a middleweight adventure bike. It will no doubt undergo a different tune, but the 100 horsepower figure is a sweet spot in this category for sure. There is no official word from parent company Piaggio, so we are dealing with hearsay, but the disguised bike EICMA, as well as spy shots and concept drawings, will leave middleweight adventure bike fans sweaty with expectation. There are of course rumours of new adventure bikes from the big boys. A middleweight 850 or perhaps 650cc version of the Africa Twin has been bouncing around the internet for some time. The guys in green are also coming under scrutiny after posting a teaser video showing 6 new models, one of which could and most likely will be a replacement for the much loved KLR 650. Whether it comes with a new motor or a version of the 649cc parallel twin from the Versys 650 is still conjecture, but there is definitely something coming. There are a few renderings of mysterious source floating around suggesting the design of a KLX700. Although completely fictitious, it's an interesting looking bike, and we will just have to hold our breath until Kawasaki tell us more. I hope you've enjoyed this glimpse into what I'm looking forward to seeing arrive in the adventure bike market for 2021 and maybe beyond. If you're new to the channel and would like to keep up with more videos like this, as well as hands-on bike and gear reviews, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And until next time, take care, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.